We can call anyone into our, into our beingness, into our world. And to have the dialogue, one thing I do with coaching, one of the things that with coaching can be very valuable. So someone having a problem in their job or something like this, and all they need is to do a rehearsal of a conversation they need to have with their boss or with a client or whatever it is, with someone like me who's totally neutral, independent, no agenda, maybe we'll push them over the hoops and we'll act out the role. Like the client may say this, may say that, the boss, maybe a few challenging questions. But to give them the opportunity to be in that energy, to be in that situation and to relax with it.
There's a process called systemic processes where someone actually plays the role. Say you've had difficulties with, say, your father, and someone in the group will play the role of your father. They don't have to know anything about him or you or what the issues are.
Yeah.
They just suddenly just take the role.
Sure.
And the conversation begins.
Yeah.
And it goes back and forwards. And they find themselves saying the things that the other person recognises. Oh my God, my father actually would say that.
You don't even need a script. Absolutely.
And it just kind of goes on because it actually makes sense. What you're saying and what they're saying, there's a logic to it. There's a kind of, and what they found is that that's not only healing for, say, the son who's expressing the thing about his father, but even if the father is distant, never knew that the process would take, somehow they feel a change. They feel they've actually been able to make connection. Now, I think there's a metaphysical reason why all that works in the connectedness of how we're all connected within the universe. Yes. But it's a fascinating process, And I think one aspect that I think is very interesting is when you kind of create a real live conversation. And you play a role like that where someone's taking one role and you're taking the other, and you're kind of dealing with an issue or a fear or a problem or a concern with their feedback. They're kind of saying the obvious. I was just reading an article the other day. Obama has just done his big speech in Cairo, and in many ways what he said was what everyone knows to be true. The Middle East is going to have to sort themselves out like this, and this. And different people have to make different concessions and different kind of give up on this issue, and certain people have to be satisfied on this and looked after. We all know what actually the things is, but someone has to come along and just say the obvious, and it is fairly obvious. I think everyone really knows much more of the answers than they give themselves credit for, or that they allow themselves to believe in, because if you actually confront the reality that you know the answers, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to allow that to affect you. Where it's almost better to kind of think, I don't know how to deal with this. Yes, you do know how to deal with this. If you've got a particular problem, actually, you really do know how to deal with it.